You jazzy. You everything a man could ever want, girl, you jazzy. You not about that drama, you loyal and classy, you jazzy. And all these other niggas shoot the shot, but you ain't having it, girl, you jazzy. And I love you to the moon and back, baby, girl, you jazzy. You everything a man could ever want, girl, you jazzy. You not about that drama, you loyal and classy, you jazzy. And all these other niggas shoot the shot, but you ain't having it, girl, you jazzy. And I love you to the moon and back, baby, girl, you jazzy. Yeah, I'm talking about you, baby. I gotta tell it all. And if any niggas speaking bad about you, they better knock it off. You been so good to me. Love the way you try to thing on me. And I love how you take care of me. It's like magic when you put the hands on me. Now, baby, you know it's real. Cause I told my mom about you. And none of my homies have any doubts. They all know I'm crazy about you. So you never putting on. Love it how you keep it real with me.
Dude, girl, you got this glow about you. I'm glad I found you before they know about you. Like you a good girl, I want that whole about you. The nigga even told all the bros about you. Dude, girl, you got that glow about you.
Bro, I told you, we was back in 2019 with it. And now it's 2020.
At the top, it's just us niggas. Day one, sandbox, I don't trust niggas. See it hop on my niggas, quit the bus triggers. I don't fuck with you if it's up.
Hey guys, this is your girl Jaszy Mango, and welcome to the Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. I'm here chilling with none other than
Dillz.
Yes. How you doing? How you been?
I'm good. How are you, Jaszy?
I've been so good. Like, it's so good to finally meet you.
Well,
I know we've been trying to plan
Yeah.
something for a little year
That's
right
right.
now, but how you been? How's everything been going?
Everything's good. Just trying to keep this thing going with
Absolutely.
the times that we're in right now. So I'm just really tunnel vision on this Dillz thing, making it the #1 source for hip hop and content.
So what made you want to become an entrepreneur?
What made me want to become an entrepreneur? I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I think I had it in me since I was young. Just wanting to, as I was young, buy things on my own and like have my own money. Used to go around selling flowers in high school. I sold candy. And then it went from there. After that, I sold DVDs and CDs, and then it went to videos. Like, I just always had a hustling spirit to always keep some money in my pocket. So, but what made me want to do music videos is my family. My whole family's into music, and my brothers and stuff like that. So I wanted to be the one to shoot the music videos for them, and so I just found my position, and that's what we're here today.
So when you do music videos, do you feel like you incorporate their vision, or is it a little bit of both? Is it your vision that you see fit for them, or is it like a collaboration of the two?
Okay, so when you say them, the artists I'm working with,
The artists, yes.
Yeah, so it's like a muscle memory thing. When I hear a song, even if I'm shooting a video or not, I'm automatically just thinking about the music video. Like, it could be somebody I don't even know, and I'm just listening to a 50 Cent, whoever's song, and I'm just thinking about the music video in my head. So I'm a super collaborative person. But so I definitely let the person know my vision for it, but I always ask the artist or whoever it is, like, what's your vision for it? And then I'll put my style onto it from there.
What do you feel sets you apart? Because there's thousands of videographers. What sets you apart? What's your style?
That's actually honestly what I'm finding right now.
Gotcha. That's honest.
Right now I'm 350 music videos in.
Okay.
And
or you said it like you had 2 or 10 of your belt. Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm that much music videos in. I would say half of those was just really for the bread. Like, I would, for the last 5-6 years I was doing those, half I was just $200 videos. Let's get some money in my pocket. Then after that, I started really respecting the craft more, and I'm like, let me make quality over quantity. And then I started writing treatments and stuff, and they started getting better from there. And I started investing more into equipment, YouTube, and learning more effects and stuff like that. So now at this point, my bad, what's the question?
No, that's okay. What sets you apart?
Oh, what sets me apart? So now at this point, I think the thing that sets me apart is the creative vision. Like, I'm really going in with these treatments lately. Like my cousin Chad's Money, we got like 4 or 5 videos that's about to drop, and this is definitely, I would say, this is my best work yet. It's on some real industry level type shit. Like when I won the videographer of the year, I felt like that was a milestone and all of that. But after that, I'm like, I can't just. It's not for the money no more. Like I'm not shooting no more music videos just for the money no more. If I'm shooting a music video, I have to like you as an artist. I have to like the song, and it's gonna be a movie from there. So
how did you branch off from doing music videos to getting more into like podcasts and behind the scenes in entertainment?
So so you remember the blogging days, right? With,
Absolutely.
Like Real Talk New York, this, that. I was probably one of the biggest fans of blogs. Like I spent probably 12 to 13 hours on the blogs a day around that time.
Okay.
Like I'm a hip hop head.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know how people say like everybody has their thing that they're like they know. I know the camera stuff, but I would say I know hip hop more
So
than I know the
hip-hop's
camera
your niche.
stuff. Hip hop is my niche. You can ask me about anybody's manager, this, that. It's like for some reason that shit sticks.
So how certain people know sports, that's how you know hip hop.
Exactly.
I feel you. Okay,
Exactly.
okay. So when you were able to work with like all of these famous people and these other artists, what was how did you get those connections? Like, was it somebody you knew? Did you just hustle your way through? Because a lot of the times people just want to know how we got there or are going through our journey. I know it's not easy, but what made you be able to put your foot in those doors?
Word. Being like you, a go-getter, getting up and going.
I appreciate that.
Like, getting up and going. If I seen on Instagram that Rick Ross had a pop shop in Manhattan, I'm hopping on that Chinese bus and I'm going to film that. If the Dusse Friday podcast, how I became a part of that. One day I was in Manhattan when I was living out there for a few months, and I seen that Biggs and Emery was doing a hat release for the planes. So I just got up, put my clothes on, I'm about to go film this, and I got the opportunity to interview Biggs and Emery. And then from there, that made a connection. So like 2-3 weeks later, I seen Rel just announce something called the Dusse Friday podcast. And me, I'm like, I always make my own opportunities, honestly. I don't wait for them to come to me. So I DM Rel, I'm like, hey, yo, Rel, I don't know if y'all got a videographer, but I'm a videographer and I'm willing to work for y'all for free, however long it takes. And he instantly wrote me back, was like, let me see some of your work. I sent him the interview with Biggs and Emery, and that was like,
That's in the bag right after that.
Pull up now, we gotta get this going, and that was that. And from there, I just kept making the relationships, building relationships, paying my dues, you feel me? It was never about the money.
Absolutely.
Like the people I was around, being in the room with Hov and Bleak and all of them, like you can't pay to be in the room with them people.
Absolutely.
So like, I'm not even never complaining. I'm never gonna play myself and say I need to be paid for this.
Right.
Because I'm making my own opportunities every time I get in those rooms.
Right.
Like, and that turned into 20 other gigs and 20 other opportunities in relationships. So, pardon me, it's really just me going out there, going to get it, and not being shy to take advantage of that moment.
And see, so that's one thing that I feel like our viewers definitely need to listen and learn from you, because a lot of the times, like we were talking before here, people, they do everything for the money. And like you were saying, when you were first starting out, you were like, you know what, I gotta eat. Like, you know what I mean? So I gotta do these little videos and this, that, and the third. But when it came to the big opportunities, you humbled yourself. And that's really important. Like, people need to know that it's not about the money. It's about the connections that you make and the experience.
Exactly.
Like you said, that was priceless. Being in the room with Jay, like, could no money ever amount to that. So I appreciate your hustle, and I definitely appreciate your grind. And people need to know that this is a long time. When you see people make it, they've been probably doing this for 10 to 20 years and you never even knew. They've been rapping since they was 10, now they 30. You never even knew. You just said, oh, they're an overnight success. But it took them 10 years to become an overnight success. So the grind just never stops. Even when you make it, the grind just never stops. Where do you see your heights in this industry going? What you trying to do?
So my goal, I stick with Rap Dillz. My goal for Rap Dillz is to be the iTunes, the hip hop merch. So
I like that.
I want to turn it into the #1 marketplace for hip hop merch and memorabilia. So when you go to rapdills.com, you're finding merch from all your favorite artists, any artists like Travis Scott, Lil Uzi, Casanova, this, that. Like, that's the one marketplace where you find hip hop merch. And on the other content side, I want to be the new BET, the new MTV, the new Complex, like the the world's biggest hip hop network, like period.
Absolutely.
I want to open up a rap Dillz in Atlanta, one in LA, one in New York City, and one in Chicago. So it's the hip hop cultural center for that city. Whenever an artist pulls up, it carries all of the local brands and all the local artists' merch. So that's the vision for rap Dillz, content and merch.
I love that. So how do you feel like what you're doing can possibly keep a young man or a young woman out of the streets?
I've actually been thinking about that a lot lately, like mentorship.
You
and
mentioned
finding
like some
somebody.
community service stuff, you know, before we got on air and everything.
Facts. What I do, maybe because it's into what they're into. Like I definitely want to start working closer with young and up and coming creators, even if they're not a creator. I just want to work with young and upcoming kids that's motivated and self-determined and I think they'll connect with me more because I'm into hip hop.
Absolutely.
And I'm unapologetically hip hop. Everything I do, I'm professional as hell, but I'm gonna be hip hop at the same time.
And I think what's dope about that is because people don't realize this, but if you collaborated on the hip hop end and you got some language arts teachers and some math teachers and some science teachers and you mix the two, I feel like that will really gravitate towards the youth. It'll be something that's interesting, like, because now with everything being so technology driven, people's attention spans is like this. These interviews is 10 to 15 minutes because people is so quick, they don't want to watch for too long. So I feel like we gotta bring the kids back into education and entertainment on the same path. I mean, you agree? You agree? So if you had to tell yourself, your younger self, something that you learned through the years, what would it be? If you had to give your younger self advice.
Let me think real quick.
I know that's a little tricky one, but
don't take time for granted. Time with loved ones and stuff. Like, all of this stuff is important and all that, but that time you get with your loved ones and your family, you'll never get back.
you feel like due to Corona, COVID-19, it's made you realize that, like sit down and really think about what you might be missing, because I know we're always hustling and grinding and sometimes family is second.
Corona showed me that, but the main thing that showed me that was the loss to the King Dude Milk. And that's my big brother. Feel me, somebody I was the closest with, and just a little regrets, like I was doing a lot around that year, the year that he passed. I was doing a lot, and then back and forth to the city, That's a lot.
Absolutely. So you feel like he's definitely your inspiration to keep on going?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. He's the reason why the HQ is here. We opened this up on his birthday last year, October 13th. So Milk Day is actually coming up in 30 days. 30 days exactly. And yeah, we're like, he literally fueled this whole place, taking rap Dillz to the next level. He was my biggest fan, my biggest inspiration, so I looked up to. So he really appreciate that.
What made you get into fashion?
Fashion. I think that's something I was always into.
Okay.
But I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it is surprising that I'm this much into it now. Like, I think I've always been into hip hop merch. Like, at concerts and shit, I'm making sure I'm hitting the merch bar, trying to get a tee or something like that, because that was the thing I loved the most always, like memorabilia, hip hop merch. So I think it was that got me really into the fashion thing. And just knowing that, especially right now, how artists can't do shows, like that's like 80% of all artists' revenue. So now that they can't do shows, where else do they get money from? Merch.
Right.
So like before Corona, I knew that, and it's just a big market into the music industry that's not being, that's like, it's not a marketplace like rap Dillz, what I have, and so I just felt like it was an opportunity.
Absolutely. What do you think your legacy will be when you leave this earth? What would you like it to be? How should people remember you?
I want them to remember me for the dude. So, I mean, that's my whole family though. Like, the dude legacy is one of the most important things. That's the mindset and what we live by. And it's basically, the dude is basically like, you could call it a mindset, but it's basically using your intuition and that first thought and acting on it, being active. You feel me? So they talk, we do. That's the saying. It's a lot of meanings for it. It's 4 O's in it, and it's always good. Not 5, not 3, it's 4. And there's a deeper meaning for that. You'll find out that in the future. But the dude thing, that's my legacy word, and that's family at the end of the day.
I love it. I appreciate you coming to the show and shedding so much knowledge. Like, I learned so much about you just by this short little interview, so I know the viewers have as well. If you have any shout outs that you want to give, let the people know, and absolutely let them know where they can follow you and where they can purchase your merch.
I want to get a huge shout out to Jaszy Mango, being the first platform to pull up to the HQ and really show love like this. That's major. That's major. Shout out to the whole fam. Shout out to everybody, all the artists that's doing it, up and coming, sticking through it through this Corona thing. And thank you, really, thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Let them know where they can follow you and they can get the merch.
You can follow me at Dillz, RAPDILLZ on everything. You can go to rapdillz.com, cop the merch. Feel me? If you ever see me rocking something, I say Rap Dillz and it's not on the site, just DM me. I'll send that right to you. Rapdillz.com though. Thank you for the support, dude.
Yes, and thank you for tuning into the Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. Make sure you subscribe, and also go check your girl out on Amazon Prime on Hold Me Down. Guys, let's go.
You say you love me, but your game's off. You say you need me, but your game's off. You say you want me, but your game's off. You say you want my man. You say this is a plan. But you're playing me. You say you love me, but your game's off. You say you need me, but your game's off. You say you want me, but your game's off. You say you want my man. You say this is a plan. But you're playing me.
Niggas only wanna play games with me.
Stop playing me.
Saying that they really ain't the same. I see. Did you love me?